But I feel like because he didn't have access to me for over 20 years, when he finally got the opportunity, he wanted to like show me who's boss. Okay.
Today, we're going to take a look at a video of a woman giving a man the chance to take her out on a date after 20 years of knowing him. They've known each other since high school, and only at this moment has she given this opportunity. But as we're about to see, it goes left really fast. And it's interesting how she frames the story, putting her in the position as if she did nothing wrong. But once we get to it, you see that she was a big part to play on why this didn't work out for her. Before we even get into the video, make sure if you're new here, you subscribe down below and you like the video. Other than that, let's take a look.
I literally just hopped out of a moving car because I was on the date from hell. Okay, like when I tell you I didn't even wait for this man to pull over, he was over an hour late for our date. Over an hour late to our date. I should have known then to just cancel the shit because you're not respecting my time. However, I overlooked it because I'm like, oh my God, I've known this person since high school, you know, and he's communicating with me, letting me know like, hey, I'm going to be, you know, this amount of minutes late. Like, you know, he's calling me, texting me, letting me know what's up because there's traffic. You know, we live here in LA, shit happens. He's coming off work, whatever. So I was cool with it. I was like, all right, cool. You're being communicative. Like, I'll still continue the date. He comes to pick me up over an hour late.
Ma'am, you need to get your story straight. First, she's complaining how this man was an hour late, and then she switches to, well, it's LA. He was in contact with me. He was texting me. He was calling me, letting me know he was going to be late due to traffic. And then she switches right back to complaining how he was an hour late. I understand the fact that being late to a date is a pet peeve for some people. However, he had an open line of communication with you, expressing exactly what was happening and the reason why he was late. And she even said how she was fine with that. It seems like for her little video that she's making, she's trying to overcomplicate the situation and really highlight the fact that this man is a bad man because he showed up late, because what he put me through. And he's lucky I even gave him a chance.
And when I get in the car, we hug. Hey, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Like, you know, good to see you, right? And then I let him know, like, hey, like, you're an hour late. Like, next time, like, please don't show up so late because, like, I won't, like, go on a date. Like, I was being firm. I wasn't being a bitch. I wasn't being condescending. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being aggressive. None of that shit. I was just letting him know, like, hey, I'm a very punctual person. My time is valuable to me. And if you're going to tell me you're going to be here at 6 o'clock, don't show up past 6.
I definitely understand where she's coming from. Like I said before, some people have a pet peeve of people showing up to dates late. However, if you felt so strongly about this situation, you should have told him straight up, let's try another date. Let's not do it today then because you're already an hour late. Or the fact that he's running behind and they had a reservation at a certain time. You could have easily replanned this and rescheduled this, but instead, she let him pick her up with the intention of telling him off about it. She tried to set the tone in the relationship very early by telling him in his face what he's not gonna do. And I think you just need to charge that to the game. Oh well, it is what it is. We don't get things right all the time the first time. I think that's what's so special about relationships is the fact that we could be imperfect but yet still so perfect together. But I'm pretty sure after these 20 years of dating these other men, she's had very terrible experiences and watched too much damn TikTok, and so she was gonna set this man straight before anything ever even started. And based off how she's talking right now, I can tell you already she was definitely talking with an attitude, and she was talking as if she didn't know this man and this man was a stranger and he was gonna pay for what he put her through. I bet that man could tell already that there was some emotional baggage and trauma that she's had with these other men out here. It's been over 20 years, so I'm sure of it. And not to be rude, but she must have been having a slow Tuesday in LA that night because she couldn't find any other man to date but some guy that she met in high school 20 years ago.
Okay, don't show up at especially 7 o'clock an hour later. And do you know that this man turned his car around? It's like, I'm taking you back home. Like, who do you think you are telling me that I can't be late, pick you up to a date? I drove 30 minutes to pick you up and I paid for these tickets and blah, 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 blah. And who do you think you are? Who the fuck do I think I am, sir? Like, this is why they warn you, don't ever date the person that has chased you for a long time, that has wanted you for a long time, because they're usually crazy. I jumped out of a halfway moving car tonight because I could not get away from this man fast enough. And I left his door wide the fuck open and he like busts a bitch in the middle of the street and like peels off. What the fuck is wrong with you, men? Are you seriously mad because someone told you don't be an hour late to picking them up? The woman that you've been chasing for over 20 years finally gives you the time of day? I feel like this is one of those moments where he had it in his mind the whole time to play in my face because he wanted to get back at me from 20 years ago or something. Now, mind you, this is not an ex. I've never done anything to this man. I've never slept with him, never kissed him, never like curved him in any type of way, never played with this man's emotions. But I feel like because he didn't have access to me for over 20 years, when he finally got the opportunity, he wanted to like show me who's boss. Okay.
Ma'am, just go inside. I have no idea why you're even on TikTok right now making this video. This is your fault at the end of the day. Of course, that man was late. However, he kept an open line of communication with you, texting you and calling you, saying the reason that he was late is due to traffic. Now, you can always say, well, he should have left earlier. However, life doesn't work out that way. We don't always get it perfect the first time. She had the audacity to open her mouth, and that's how that man responded. So that's on her. And another thing, the reason why she felt the need to open her mouth and tell him to never do it again is because she knows for a fact that she didn't care about this man like that at all. Because if it was some guy who she really liked in high school, but she never had the opportunity to be with, she would have kept her mouth shut. She would be happy that she was even on that date to begin with. Another thing that I wanted to point out is the fact that she said they always tell you not to date people that you used to know back in the day because they're crazy. Who told you that? I'm pretty sure it was TikTok, and that's some BS. You shouldn't be basing your life experiences or things that you're gonna do or not gonna do based off what somebody else has to say when you have no experience of that. Basically, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. These girls on TikTok told her it wasn't gonna work out, and look what happened. It didn't work out, but it wasn't because of him. Of course, yes, he was an hour late. However, he kept it clear why he was an hour late. It was traffic. You went off on him when it's your first time interacting with this man for no reason, and that's why he had a problem with you. The whole part where she's saying, oh, I feel like he tried to show me who's boss, that's all a projection, because that's probably something that you wanted to do. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing this man did. He did not cuss at you, he did not yell at you, he did not purposely make it his mission to pick you up late. He kept an open line of communication. You even said it was fine. She understands it's LA, there's a lot of traffic, but it's your ego that's getting in the way. You thought you were better than this man, and you thought you were going to tell somebody what they're not going to do. And when that didn't work out for you, now you have a real problem. Why she ran to TikTok to post this, I have no idea, because I'm sorry, ma'am, but anybody with a brain can see that you were in the wrong. This man made a mistake, but you were in the wrong. Let me know what you guys thought about the video down below. What would you have done in this situation if it was you? For me, personally, I wouldn't mind too much unless we had a reservation for a restaurant. Then I would be a little ticked. However, if I really wanted to get to know this person, I wouldn't mind too much, especially if they kept that open line of communication, letting me know that they might be a little late due to traffic. Then who cares? Charge it to the game. Oh well. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.